All right, you guys, let's rock and roll. I'm going to show you how I am helping a client make her first four figures in business. Hopefully, this is going to be super helpful for you guys. I am going to connect my iPad so that we can write this out. I've never done this before, so stick with me. Hopefully, you guys can still hear me okay. We're still going to be recording. It's all going to be good. All right, the meeting's being recorded. Perfect. Let me share my screen. Let's do this. You can see my whiteboard. Yay! All right. Stick with me, guys. I swear. I can learn new technology. We're always open and willing. All right. So this is how I'm taking my client to her first four figures. Does that sound like something that is exciting for you guys? Something that you have goals on wanting to do? My assumption is yes, or else you wouldn't be here, right? We want to make money with our business. We want to use the digital space to monetize it in a way that makes sense for us, in a way that's fun, in a way that's exciting. So here's exactly how I started helping my client. I've got this client, and she actually started in one niche right here. This is where she started, okay? And she realized that she started here because everyone else was here. She thought she liked this niche. She does like this niche, but she kind of had an aha, and she was like, I don't love it. I'm not growing as fast as I wanted to grow. So she went from this niche. So we're just gonna go here to, okay, well, I'm not growing very fast, so let's focus on building an audience. So then she went to building her audience. And that meant she was doing a lot of lifestyle content. Do you guys know what lifestyle content is? Okay, this is just content that is relatable to your audience. So in order to grow followers, in order to grow a community, which is what you need in order to sell something, right? You can't sell something to no people. Is that proper English? I don't even know. If you have a room and you're on stage and there are 0 people in the room, then you don't have anybody to sell to. So we want to build this audience of people who are interested in what we have to buy. So she was like, okay, well, I'm obviously not growing very fast. I'm not making any sales. Let me switch. She didn't really switch niches per se, but she switched her focus to building more of an audience. And she was doing a lot of lifestyle content, so relatable content to her ideal demographic. Now, her goal with this was to then bring this niche back in after she had built the audience. Okay. But after she'd started to gain a following and build her audience, she was like, I don't really want to do this niche anymore. I actually want to do a new niche. I guess this is second. So this is niche number 2. I have the worst handwriting in the world. I apologize. Maybe this isn't the best way for me to write this out, but I feel like it's helpful to like see it on the screen. Okay. So this is the main goal, first 4 figures in her business, and this is how we're going to do it. So she's finalized her niche. She's like, this is where I want to be. Can I figure out how to highlight? Nope, we don't like that. We're going to go do this. We're going to take the yellow. We're going to go, oh my gosh. Hello. Hi, Gwen. Technology is my friend. Okay, we're in yellow. Niche number 2. Okay, this is where she wants to be. So this is where we're going to go. Let's go back to our pencil. All right, so here's what we did. I asked her, number 1. Number 1. The only thing I don't like about the iPad is I can't rest my hand on it like a piece of paper. Number 1. Here's what we have to look at first. First, we have to look at her top 3 business goals. Why do we need to know this? Because we got to know where we're going. We cannot make a plan or a strategy or a system if we don't know where she wants to go in her business, right? So top 3 business goals. 1, 2, 3. I want to put a little caveat here, like a little asterisk, right? These goals can't be things like get 10,000 followers. I mean, by all means, you can set goals like that, but here's the thing with this goal. This is not in your control. You cannot force someone to follow you. You cannot do a specific action and say, from this action, someone will follow me. Therefore, you cannot plan how to get to a specific number of followers, okay? You can have a goal to, let's write this. Let's say one of the goals is grow my following. Great. That's a good goal, right? You can track this. You can do actions that will work towards this, but it's not a specific time frame and it's not a specific number. So when you're making your goals, you don't want to use time frames. I'll make $1,000 in 10 days. And you don't want to use numbers that are outside of your control. So like dollars that are outside of your control, you literally can't be like, in 10 days, I'm going to make $10,000. And you don't want to use numbers like followers. I'm going to gain 10,000 followers in 10 days. Okay. So we looked at her top 3 goals. This is getting messy. Let's move this over. Top 3 goals. Top 3 goals first. And we're going to label this as like step number 1 so that you guys can easily follow. So top 3 goals, 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Then we looked at why haven't you reached these? What's holding you back? So this is number 2. What is holding you back? Okay. And I want her to list them out. And this is what we did. We walked through. I said, why haven't you reached these goals? Why haven't you reached them? And these could be things like, I'm afraid to put myself out there. I haven't consistently posted. I'm not asking for the sale, right? There's a lot of reasons why. I don't know the steps. I don't know the steps I need to do in the order I need to do them to get there. And that was one of her reasons why she couldn't reach these goals. And that's what we're working through on this one. So list out the top 3 things that you think are holding you back. And then we went through, let's say number 3, and we looked at the order of operations. Okay, order of operations. What does this mean? This is step by step what needs to be worked on and in what order in order to make a profitable online business, right? Start to make money in her business. So number 1, actually, let's call it A, and let's do these in a different color. This is messaging. What is messaging? Messaging is who is she speaking to and what problems do they face? Okay, that's messaging. Then we have B, offers. Now, I always tell people when you start posting and creating content to drive traffic to you, because you are the brand, right? You don't always have to know what your offer is going to be, but what I want you to start thinking about is what is the most logical first step for this demographic to take, which is why messaging is number 1, because we have to know who they are, what their problems are, what things they're facing in order to be able to solve a problem for them. So your offers or offer, right? You're probably going to start with 1, needs to solve a major, actually, no, not even a major. You need to solve a problem. And so where people go wrong with this is they usually think, oh, they want to have $10,000 months. That's their problem. My ideal demographic is this person who wants to have $10,000 months and they don't have that. That's their problem, right? So we think, well, our offer has to solve this huge problem. We have to help them make 10K months. But here's where I'm going to tell you that that is wrong. So really our offer, the thing that we want to offer first is just the first most logical step, which I kind of wrote above anyway, most logical step. So for example, if this is someone who, let's say, wants to build a business and they want to have 10K months, well, that's a great grand goal. What's the first thing they need to look at? What niche do they want to be in? How can we help them solve that problem, right? This is a problem that they have. They haven't built a business to 10K months, and so they need to do the first step. So the first step is like, let's help them discover their niche. Okay. If you want to put it in another category, let's see, another niche. Oh, this is a great example because this is me. Let's say your demographic, this person over here, your demographic's goal is to get all of her splits back. Hi, it's me. I would like my flexibility back. So she wants her left split, right split, and middle split back. That is her big goal. Well, the offer that you have is not going to be, here's how to get your splits back today, right? Maybe it's, let's put this in a different color so you guys can easily recognize it. Maybe it's wow, why did that? The 3 stretches you need to do daily if you want to work towards getting your splits back, right? So that's a more logical first step. Hopefully this is making sense. Then we're just going to get our splits back, right? So we have, all right, top 3 goals. We listed them out. Then we had the reasons why we are not reaching those goals or haven't reached them yet. And then we're looking at order of operations. First order of operations is messaging. Who is this? What are we helping them do? Second order of operations is what's the offer and is what is the most logical first step for them, okay? So now we're gonna go to C. C, let's do it in orange. Third order of operations is marketing. So you know who you're talking to. You know what you're helping them do. You know the first step, which is your offer. Marketing. How are you going to get this in front of them, right? How are you going to get what you have, the problem that you're solving for them, in front of them? So this is like, i.e., your content plan. Okay. Then your next step, let's find a different color. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Oh, let's do purple. This is D. The next step is the trust funnel. And this is what most people miss. It is a big thing that I was missing when I was trying to grow my first couple of digital businesses that obviously didn't succeed. This is a huge thing that people are missing, the trust funnel. Would you buy something from someone that you do not trust? Probably not. Like, let's even just put it into logical terms as like Facebook Marketplace. If someone has something up on Facebook Marketplace that you really want and you message them and they're a weirdo, meaning like they ask you some weird questions, it doesn't make you feel comfortable, you're probably not going to follow through with that transaction. Now that's a grandiose example, and Facebook Marketplace is weird in and of itself because who knows anyone on that app, right? But if you get the weird vibes, you're not going to buy from someone. You're not going to connect with them. You're not going to feel comfortable in their space. So we have to make people feel comfortable in our presence. I really wish I had better handwriting for you, but I'm sorry, this is what you get. How are we building trust prior to the investment? Okay, this can look like a couple of different things. First of all, your content plays a part here. Okay, so there's a lot of things that play a part here. Your content plays a part. You're building trust by showing up, sharing your story, right? Sharing your knowledge, sharing your skills. Your email, because our goal is to get people on our email list. Most people do not buy right away. Most people need to be nurtured, and this is where we get to nurture people too. So we nurture in our content, we nurture in our emails, we bring value in both of these places too. That also builds trust. This can also look like you have a free community, okay, like wealthyHER, like the one that you guys are watching this on right now. wealthyHER is my free community. This is where I build trust, right? I'm showing up and I'm saying, hey guys, this is the system that I use to help my client reach her first 4 figures in business. This is my system that I use to post on social media. This is a result that I've gotten. This is a result that I've gotten my client. And I'm teaching you, I'm showing you how I teach. I am sharing my story with you. I am here. And you guys are learning about me. You're also learning about you, and you're building trust by being in the space. So this could look like a free community, Facebook, school, anywhere you can host a community. This can be a free subscription channel. You know how Instagram, even, sorry, that's horrible. Hopefully you know what that means. Free subscription channel, Instagram, TikTok, I don't know, Telegram, Discord. There's so many places that you can host a free community. And this does not mean you have to post every day. I post once a week inside of this free community here, right? Every Wednesday, I post a training for you. I have a system and a strategy about how I post my trainings. And then the last week of the month, we do a community call where we get on a live together. It doesn't have to look like that for you, but you do need to have some sort of strategy for bringing content. And this doesn't mean that you have to be in here every day, posting every day, but you're building a community of trust. Okay, so there's a lot of different options. This isn't all of them, just a few options here for a trust funnel. Okay. Then, what happened to my pen? Hello, how did that happen? Let's go back to black. Okay. Then we can look at, now this person has been trying in business. So we can look at where she's been, and I can give her an overview and an evaluation. We can then flush out new messaging and make sure that her messaging is dialed in. And we do this through market research. Okay, so you really nail that messaging, right? And then we're going to look at the actual physical things to make this happen. Okay, so this trust funnel is going to be your call to action. So if we go to call to action, when you are first starting out in business, you're going to have one call to action, and it's likely going to be a freebie. Now, this freebie can be a PDF, this can be an ebook, this can be that group that we talked about, this can be a channel, like your free subscription channel. It doesn't matter what this is, but you're going to have a call to action. And most of your content and your emails, which I consider content too, is going to be pointing to all of these things. Okay, you want to fill up the trust funnel. Make sense? You want to fill up the trust funnel. Okay. Next, oops, I lost my page. Let's go to a new page because this is getting ugly. Okay, so now let's recap for a second, right? Top 3 goals, what's holding her back? We have, then we have the order of operations. So we look at messaging, we look at her offers, we look at the marketing plan, we look at the trust funnel, okay? That's her order of operations. In order to get people, this is the tech side, right? This is where people are like, I'm not techie. And I'm like, you can learn anything, my dear. If I can learn how to draw on this iPad and connect it to the Zoom call, you can learn anything. So the trust funnel, how are we going to get people in there? Our goal really is to build an email list. Why? Email is king. How many times do you check your email? Do you check it when you first get up? I do. How many times throughout the day do you check your email? How many emails do you have in your inbox? I probably win. Let me see if I can look and tell you how many. My Gmail at 166,825 unopened emails. Please don't come after me. Okay. But email, people will say email is dead. It's not dead. It's actually the greatest source of communication for you if you do it correctly. So email, we want to build our email list. Why? We don't own social media. You can create content all day long. Your content can drive thousands of views, followers, etc. But if that goes away one day, and it can go away any day, you won't have anything to show for it. We want people on our email list. Okay, so we're going to build an email list. What does that look like? 1, we need something called an opt-in page. This is very, very simple. It is a landing page that has 2 boxes, and you say, hey, give me your name, give me your email, and then I'm going to send this thing for free. Ta-da! And now you have someone on your email list, right? And then from the opt-in page, we create, let's do a different color, an email nurture sequence. Here's where automation becomes your friend. You're going to write 5 to 10 emails. and you automate them. So when someone joins your list, here's where they join. This is day 0. Ta-da! When they join, this is what they should get automatically. The freebie gets automatically sent to them. So as soon as they press this is the button, right, that says like send or get my freebie, whatever you put there, they should automatically get emailed your freebie, and you set that up through your automation systems. This starts their day. Now they're on day 0. Then tomorrow would be day 1. Sorry, that says DAX 1, but you know what I mean. Day 1. And day 1, you have an email that you already wrote because you wrote them here. Write 5 to 10 emails. And day 1, automated email number 2 gets delivered. Ta-da! This goes on, maybe you skip a day, right? You could set this all up in your automation. Then on day 3, they get this email, and day 5, they get this email, okay? You could literally write 5 to 10 emails to start you off. That's a good system to drip this out. Why do we want to have our emails showing up in this person's inbox? And what's the point of the emails? Well, one is to deliver the freebie, okay? So deliver the freebie, that's important. Deliver the freebie. Now they're on our email list. 2, it's for us to tell our story. And why is that important? Wow. OUR, our story, right? Hello, trust. Trust. We want to tell our story so that they trust us. They're learning about us. They are seeing themselves in our story. See themselves in our story. And that allows them to make a connection, which, by the way, if you didn't know, is step number 2 of the buying process. Everybody goes through this buying process. So step number 1, sorry, I should have written this first. Step number 1 is awareness. They're like, oh my God, I do have that problem. I have that desire and I have that problem. And Gwen's showing me that she solves the problem with XYZ. Cool, I am aware. Step 2 is connection. Now they are connecting with you. And then step 3 is the purchase. Okay, and everyone goes through this buying process, and there's like this timeline, right? So awareness, aware, and buy. Gosh, you guys. Sometimes I think my brain moves faster than my hands do, and it's just as a jumbled mess, or vice versa. This could be January 1 for somebody. This could be December 31st, right? Like it could take someone a whole year to finally pull the trigger and make a purchase. This could also be January 1, January 7th. If you're someone like me who is like, no, I know what I want. Okay, I trust this person. Okay, I'm buying. Everyone's process is different. So we have to take people on the journey with us in order for them to get here. That's our goal, right? So let's move over here. All right. So we got the opt-in page. We have people coming into our email list. We are nurturing them. We automate it. It is so super simple. And then we are, where's my pen? And then we are going through the marketing plan. We're creating content consistently and with a goal. We are adding 1 email a week to our automation system. So adding 1 email a week doesn't mean that we're emailing them 1 time a week. It means that we're adding on to the automation system. So if you wrote out 10 emails that automatically get spaced out by whatever time frame you want to space them out to, every week you're going to write 1 more email and add it to the next step in the automation system. That way you have this nurture sequence that just takes them through, potentially it could take them through an entire year, right? In the beginning, your frequency of email is going to get like spaced out, and then it's like, 1 a week, right? So in the beginning, it's a little heavier. And then as we go through, it's going to get a little bit lighter. This puts your name top of mind. And when they think about their desires, right? They want a 10K month business. They attach it to your name. because your emails are in their inbox, your content is on their feed. Splits, getting their splits back, they think about your name, right? Because again, your content, you're helping them through the steps, you're taking them through this trust funnel. So let's recap. I'm going to write this as nicely as I can for you. Ta-da! Okay, we have 1. Goals. You have to understand goals, where you are, where you want to get to, what you're working towards. 2, what's holding you back? Holding you back. Okay. Then we have messaging. Then we have the offer suite. Then we have messaging, offer suite, marketing plan. Marketing plan, right? This is it. This is the strategy and the structure that we went through in order for my client to start making money in her business. Now, obviously, we don't talk about, no, maybe not obviously. $1,000, making her first 4 figures is just like, oh, holy crap, I can do this, right? Holy crap, I can do this. It's not the number. It is the, I have skills. I have knowledge. I am at least 10% ahead of my ideal demographic, which means I can be 100% of service to them, right? This is the plan, guys. This is exactly how it works for every single client. And this is exactly what gets them to their goals. So hopefully breaking this all down for you was super helpful. If you have questions or comments, just let me know. And I will see you guys in the group.